So we completed all the basic setups in the last session. Also, we assigned our corporate book to FA rules. Now we'll see how to create asset through manual process. Creating asset in the fixed assets we call as addition. We are adding asset that we are calling as addition. So manual addition means we are going to add asset through manual process in fixed assets. Let's see how to create asset through manual process, which we call as manual additions. Go to navigator and go to fixed assets, go to assets. So our user is able to access to only one corporate book. Now to create assets, go to task pan, click on add asset. System is defaulting our corporate book, whatever the book the user got access. Asset type is capitalized asset. Capitalized asset means the asset which is ready to use or which is in usage. Okay. There could be assets which are under capitalization. We'll see those cases also. The asset type is capitalized means the asset is ready to use or in usage. And you want to create asset within this corporate book and in which category. We created one category, select the same category.
I think it was XX building.
Okay, yeah. So this is the name we used. We created category for the combination of XX building and office building, not shopping complex. We have to choose existing category and description, office building. What is the name of the building? So ABC building, write the description and the cost. So so 10 lakhs. And expense account. System is taking from category. Category level within the depreciation expense account field, whatever the account code combination we provided from there, it will derive only account. Rest of code combination we have to choose. Click on search, select company, select cost center. Select cost center, select intercompany, and the future 1 and 2. Say okay. Okay, it's a building depreciation expense account, which is derived from category level. Now, where this building is located, provide the location. Click on search. So this is the location structure we have. Select country, select state, okay, select state or county, select city. Here anything you can pick, not an issue, it will allow you pick the right value or billing. So you can pick some value. So these are the segments we have as per location key flex wheel structure. Say okay.
Lakshman, this is the first time we are creating this asset. So how this location building is coming up as one? What is that
How
list of
category came? we maintain the category values that we created combination, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fine. Got
Location
it.
key flexible structure. Now, if you click on submit, system will create asset based on these inputs. This can be called as quick addition. If I click on submit, so without any other information, I'll be able to create asset that you can call as quick addition. Quickly you can create with this basic information. If you want to add any additional information, click on next. You can add few more details that you can call as detailed addition. Click on submit. This will be called as quick addition, means with very minimal information you are creating asset. If you want to add more details, click on next. It will take us to another page. There you can add the details. This is called as detail additions. Okay, click on next. If you want to enter asset number, you can enter. Okay, in the system controls, if you enable the checkbox prevent asset number manual entry, you cannot enter here. Since we didn't enable there, here you can add the asset number. If you don't enter asset number, system will generate the number automatically. If you enter the same number, it will use for asset creation. And you can add all these details, the tag number, serial number, if that asset is some plant or machinery, manufacturer, model, all the details you can add. The asset is bought, new asset or used asset. So all the details you can capture, the descriptive details you can capture here, you can enter the asset number. And also you can tag asset key also. If you want to capture the key for this asset, you can select here. All the keys you can maintain. Okay. So no key is required, you may set as a default. Or else you can give something as new or new building or old building or etc. Any additional tagging which is not available within this asset definition record, that you can select as a asset key. And if you scroll little down, you can see the location whatever we given, the same is defaulting here. This is a depreciation expense account. So three key flex fields. Three key flex fields. One is category. Here is the category information. The other one is location key flex field, location information we captured. Asset key flex field, asset key information we are capturing. So apart from that, depreciation expense account we are capturing. Here you could see assignments. Assignments nothing but the every asset you can assign to employee and depreciation expense account location. Assigning asset to employee is optional. You may not assign the asset to employee. Means who is responsible, who is looking after that asset. To tag that you can assign. Okay, to tag that you may assign asset to employee. So and depreciation expense account and locations are mandatory, and employee information is not mandatory. If you want to add employee information, you can add it. Okay, you can add it, so it's optional. So these are the points. This employee depreciation expense account location, these three we call as asset assignments. These three we call as asset assignments. We can change these details also, that we call as asset transfers. If you are changing the asset location, or if you are changing the employee assignment, if you are changing the depreciation expense account, this all you can call as asset transfer. So you can transfer assets from one employee to another employee, one expense account to another expense account, one location to another location. Those we treat as changing asset transfers. Yeah. So these are the points we have to understand. If you scroll little down, here we can expand the financial details. You could see the depreciation method, straight line, that we given in the category level. Okay, category level information system is defaulting the depreciation method, life, and this asset would be available to calculate depreciation. Where we enable this depreciate in the category level. Entire category level we enable checkbox as depreciate. With that category, any asset you create that would be eligible for depreciation, And prorate convention also system is capturing from the same setup. We given prorate convention and all in the category level only, we mapped all the details it is taking. Okay, so that's how these details are defaulting from the category. Now click on submit. Okay, in service date. Okay, we are placing asset in the service today. We are going to use the asset from today. That is nothing but date placed in service. Okay, date placed in service. Just click on submit. Based on these details, system will create asset. Here, if you could see the infolet called as additions. So it is pick that asset as ready to post. Okay, it will post. Once you click on submit, automatically system will convert this record as a asset. Okay, it's ready to post. It will post automatically. You refresh this page navigation. Click on assets. Now you don't see any record. It was ready and it was posted. Posted is nothing but posting means it is converting as a asset. Whatever the information you provided, based on that system creates. Okay. Now we'll go and find the asset, whatever system created. Go to task pan and the general, you have a inquire asset task. Okay. If not from here, you can navigate to another task also. Under fixed assets, you can go to asset inquiry. So from here you can search. So give the category name. So within this corporate book, the assets which are belongs to so and so category. The asset category which starts with this, you want to find the assets. Click on search. Only one asset we have. This is asset number system generated. This description we given as asset name. Asset type is capitalized. It is created within this category, and asset key we given default. And this asset is part of which book? Alt IRC corporate book, and asset cost. Okay, and total you can just recover that with the depreciation and the net book value, current value. No depreciation calculated as of now. Okay, as this. However, we created as this, you can see. So that's how we have asset. Okay. So we'll create few more assets. After creating few more assets, we will see how to calculate depreciation and we'll discuss few other points. Now the focus is how to create asset. Now we have seen how to create asset through manual additions. Manual addition means directly we create asset in the fixed assets. If you provide basic information and if you submit, that you can call as quick. And after giving certain details, if you click on next, it will take us to another page. There you may add other details, then you can submit, that we call as detail edition. Now we can create asset from spreadsheet also. So however, we could create invoice in the spreadsheet, receipts in the spreadsheet. In the fixed assets, you can create assets also from the spreadsheet. Let's see how to create. Again, this is ADFDA functionality. As a part of payables, we downloaded and installed ADFDI file that supports all these different spreadsheet functions.
Lakshman, one question for this manual edition. So when we created the asset, it was showing up as one ready to post, and then we refreshed. So is there any backend program which runs?
Yeah,
Which
automatically it will trigger the process of posting. That's it. When you click on submit, it means system will be triggering posting process as a post. Yeah, that is automatic. You don't need to do that. But whenever it will show as a ready to post, you have to post it. Those cases are different. We'll come across. Yeah. So now
is there
whenever you create through manual process, automatically system will convert as asset. Yeah. It will run some program in the backend, post mass additions. Okay, fine. Now we'll see how to create asset from the spreadsheet. Go to task pan, click on add assets in spreadsheet. So within this book, with this asset type, you want to create asset, click on go, open this spreadsheet and click on enable editing and connect, provide login credentials. Sign in. If it works, okay, or else you have to try multiple times till it will accept. Skip. We don't want to install latest version. Skip. So provide interface line number. Any number you enter here, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, anything is fine. Unique number you have to provide to make system to understand. These are each line is belongs to each row is belongs to one asset. And what are the book we selected before we open this spreadsheet? The same book you could see as a defaulted, and asset type is capitalized, and we'll understand Q name. Okay, as of now that is new, let it be. And description. Okay, for our understanding, okay, let's name it as spreadsheet asset, or else let's say XYZ asset, XYZ asset, and provide category information. Provide category information. If you want to select person name also, you can select who is preparing this asset. And here double click and select category details. Click on search, select major category value and minor category value. Say okay, say okay. Now it is selecting into, sorry, you can do is, it should select into separate fields. Okay. There is some issue within this spreadsheet. You move through manual process. And date placed in service. Just provide today's date. And cost, say 25 lakhs dollars. Number of units. How many buildings? Only one building. And provide the location information. Double click the country or any other field. It will just open location combination selection pop up. There you select the location. Instead of selecting location with a specific country all the time, you just check if any existing code combinations are available or not. I'm selecting country as USA, then click on search all code combinations which are available. You can see, you can pick whatever you need. I'm selecting the first one, or you enter manually each and every segment values. Say okay. Say okay. Okay, in this instance, it's properly it is not placing into right value to right field. You just correct it.
Office is under building.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. So in some instances, it happens like that. Ideally, it has to populate properly as per the segments and these fields. That now here provide depreciation expense account. So double click company, cell or field. Say okay. Select the depreciation expense account. Now the category what we are using is billing. The relevant you have to choose. Click on search. Search for billing. Okay, building depreciation expense account. Buildings depreciation. Now this code combination already we used, right? So click on search. It will fetch. Select. Say okay. It should populate the respective segments. Yes, it is. Now, so apart from that, if you want to provide any asset number, you can provide asset number, or else if you want to select any asset key, pick the value from here. Okay. Just or else you can create one value as a none, not applicable that you may pick.
Sir, one thing.
Yep.
This depreciation is seems to be mandatory. So if we are entering any land, I mean that will be coming from category or that non-depreciable.
Come again. Depreciation.
Depreciation expense it seems mandatory. So if we are entering any non-depreciable asset,
Yes, you still it is mandatory. Nothing will hit to this account. Nothing will be posted.
okay, okay,
Still, you have
and
to maintain the accounting point. I mean, the
mm,
asset creation point of view, that account is mandatory. Like whenever you create any asset, it is mandatory. You provide it. If applicable, it will be posted to that account. If not applicable, it should be there.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
And sir, can we have multiple lines in one asset?
Multiple lines.
In one asset, like we saw interface line number. So I mean,
You will understand. You'll understand that. Okay, we are going to do that.
okay,
Okay. So yes, multiple lines means here. What you will do is you have assignments, right?
yeah,
You remember, right? Assignments.
yeah, yeah.
Employee expense account location. There you
Hmm.
can have a multiple line specification based on the units. We'll come across those points.
Okay, okay.
Here just provide asset clearing account. If any asset you are bringing into fixed assets from outside of assets, it may be spreadsheet or it may be payables application, it may be project costing application. This asset clearing account will play the major role. Okay, we'll discuss like when next we'll be creating asset and the payables. Then we'll understand the purpose. Just provide this account. Search for asset clearing. Done. So other details system can capture from the category level. We given details, same detail system will take and it will load. If you want to enter life in months, you can enter here. Life in years is all the details. If you want to enter, you can enter. Okay, but not mandatory. Based on the category, it can derive. Now, the point is Q name. If Q name is new, what system will do is it will import this record into fixed assets, and in the fixed assets, you have to change the Q name from new to post. Then only this line can be converted as asset. If you think all the details you provided, okay, you no need to review in the fixed assets before this line will convert it as asset. Directly, you can keep the status as a post. If you keep status as a post and if you submit, directly asset will be created in the fixed assets. If you keep the queue status as a new, it will be part for review. You can review if everything is fine. Still, if you want to add any additional details, you can add. Then you can submit for posting. So directly you want to create asset from the spreadsheet, or you want to import this information into assets. There you want to review and to take some action, and then you want to convert as asset. Accordingly, you can give the queue status. Let's keep as a new so that you can see that record will be parked, and we can open and we can just change the queue name from new to post. Then you will be able to create as asset. So keep as a queue only so that we will be able to perform additional action. If you keep post, directly it will be posted. Now here go to create asset additions tab, and if you provide the queue name as a post, you have to click on post, but we are giving new. That means click on submit. We are submitting the import process from the spreadsheet to our assets. Click on submit. Say okay. Now this line, asset line, will be imported into fixed assets. Done. Now go back to the application.
What exactly this post status means? Does that mean that the
One second,
creation of asset?
one second. You will see that. Refresh this page. Assets. Now you can see one incomplete line is available. Okay, one incomplete line is available. What system will do is, in the fixed assets, there is one interface called as mass additions interface. Now the data is available in the mass addition interface tables. So whatever the data is available in the mass additions interface tables, that data we can see from here directly. Now the data is loaded into mass addition interface tables, and now the same line you can see. Now click on the same line. You can click on description, or else you select this record, and go to actions, click on edit. Click on edit. Now the queue status is new. When queue status is new, you cannot convert this asset as this record as asset. If you change the queue status from new to post, now this record can be converted as asset. Posting means we are posting this record as asset. We are converting the record as an asset, that we call as posting. Now, once you select post, whatever the information is missing in this record, you can provide all those details, the right category, etc. Somebody will review all the details. Anything is missing, anything need to be added, they'll add. And once everything is here, you can click on save and close. This line will be posted as asset. Click on save and close. We are posting. Set the status as a queue status as a new, and you can save and close. Now it is ready to post. You see here. ready to post. This can be converted as asset. So when you see the status as ready to post, okay, you should get one tab here as a post. But there is no tab as a post. What we have to do is you click on the ready to post link. It will enable one tab called as post all. Click on ready to post. How many lines? One line. Now click on all, or else you can, if you have multiple lines, you can select specific line and click on post all. Posting means we are converting this record as asset. Click on post all. Now you can refresh this page. Once the posting is done, you don't see anything in this page as a ready to post or incomplete, etc. No record is available within the additions. It means the line got converted as asset. We'll go and check. Go to asset inquiry. New category name starts with this. Submit. So two assets are created. Okay, one asset ABC building, which we created through manual process. Another asset XYZ asset, which we created from spreadsheet. If you want to understand this XYZ asset is coming from where, what you can do is select this record, scroll little down and go to source lines. In the source lines, scroll little right, you can see that is coming from where? That is coming from spreadsheet. Okay, since the spreadsheet Oracle is using Oracle spreadsheet. So this is how we can find out the asset related record came from payables or receivables or spreadsheet. You will be able to check. So two assets we created. Okay, two assets we created. One is manual asset we created. The other asset we created from the spreadsheet. Now we'll see mass additions. Mass addition means you create asset invoice in the payables. You create asset invoice in the payables. That asset invoice lines we will transfer to fixed assets. You create asset invoice in the payables. That information you will transfer to fixed assets and you will convert that record as a asset. That process we call as mass addition. Here certain points we have to understand. Okay, we have to understand certain points, what is the criteria, etc. So when you talk about mass addition process, so first what we will do? So first we'll create asset invoice in the payables. Create asset invoice in AP. So instead of calling, creating asset invoice in the payables, so you can just say create asset lines in the payables. Okay, within the invoice, we'll have a invoice lines. Those lines only you can send. You cannot send entire asset invoice information to FA from AP. So better instead of calling as create asset invoice lines you can say. Nothing but asset invoice only we create within that lines we have. Our focus is lines here, not entire invoice. Create asset invoice lines in AP. So once you create invoice, how to create invoice, which account we have to use, we will see while we create. Once asset invoice is ready in AP, it is mandatory you have to create accounting. You have to perform the create accounting. Anyway, without validation accounting, we cannot perform. So we have to create accounting. Without creating accounting, that invoice information we cannot transfer to FA. Then we have to transfer, okay, in asset lines. Asset lines you can say, the asset invoice lines are asset lines. Okay, within the invoice, we have asset related lines, those you can call as asset lines. Transfer asset lines from AP to FA. And in FA, once you receive this line, you have to prepare it. You have to add required information. It is, see, just now we created asset from spreadsheet. In the spreadsheet, we have all the fields. The asset is belongs to which category, which location. But in AP, we cannot give all the details. We'll provide very limited information once we transfer that line from AP to FA. Within the AP, you have to add other details which are very much required for asset definition. That we call as prepare mass addition. Prepare mass addition means to convert that line as asset, what are the details are required, we have to provide. We'll add the details so that that line can be converted as asset. Okay, prepare mass addition means we'll be adding the details. What details we'll be adding, we'll see. And then we have to post that line as a asset. Once you prepare, once all the details are ready, okay, we have to post that line so that that line will be converted as asset. The next step is post mass additions. Okay, post mass addition. This is the process of mass addition. Mass addition means we create asset in the fixed assets based on asset invoice which you create in AP. Simple. Mass addition means we create asset invoice in the payables based on that payables asset invoice. We create asset in the fixed assets, or else you can take this definition relating to PPM. In the PPM also we have this process. In the PPM, if you are doing the project similar to constructing the building, you are constructing one building for your company only, or else you are constructing or somebody is constructing for you. So whatever the cost you incurred for the building construction, that entire cost you can transfer from the project costing application to fixed assets. You will transfer. After transferring, you do the prepare mass addition and you post it. Now we are going to transfer asset related information, asset related invoice information from AP to FA. In the same way, the project costing also we can transfer project related, capital project related cost. Okay, capital project. So that information, that cost you can transfer to fixed assets. That process also prepare mass addition, post mass addition will do so that that will be converted as asset. Okay. So mass addition means our finance point of view, we create asset invoice in AP, will transfer to fixed assets and will convert as asset. This entire process we call as mass addition. These are the steps involved. Create asset invoice in AP, or you call as asset invoice lines, and create accounting. Without creating accounting, you cannot transfer that asset invoice information from AP to FA. Accounting is mandatory. Then you transfer the asset lines from AP to FA, then prepare mass addition, then perform post mass addition, then review the asset. Asset will be ready, you can review. Let's see how to create asset invoice in AP.
While importing PA also, we need to account it in PA itself, right, Lakshman?
Yes, yes. If you are creating based on the PO, you don't need to input any account here.
Not PO, from PA, asset lines. PA.
Yeah. PO tab, okay, in the PO tab, they will provide the account. Ideally, in the PO tab, they created like procurement point of view, they'll create they'll derive the account based on the category. Okay, based on the category. So whenever you create invoice by matching with asset related PO, system will understand. System will take that account and accordingly it will be processed. Okay, it could be direct entry or it could be invoice creation based on the PO. Again, that invoice or the PO should be asset PO. The account mapping and all, the same consultant will do it through PO tab only. They'll maintain the assets like they maintain all the, like what I can say, items, whether expensed items or inventory items or asset items. Accordingly, they'll map to the categories, and whenever you create asset related PO, they will use the relevant category at the PO line level. Accordingly, system will derive the relevant charge account. Okay, relevant. So that's how you will be able to create invoice based on the PO, so that system will understand this invoice is related to asset related invoice. Okay, that's how you will be able to transfer that information from AP to FA. Okay, if you create invoice by matching with asset related PO, that is also fine. Okay.
So this one in AP, like in manual addition, we are adding the asset normally, and we are creating the AP invoice separately. But in mass addition, we are importing, right? This is the difference, no?
Correct, correct. That's what we are discussing. Clear, right? What we are doing. This is what we are discussing. Yeah. Yeah, what we
Okay.
did, those are two different. One is we created manually, one we imported from spreadsheet. This another, these are the different ways to create asset in the fixed assets. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
this we are trying
And
to bring from the AP. In the same way, from projects also you can bring.
okay, so that will also be a mass addition, right? If
That
we are
also we call as mass addition. Yes, correct.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So let's create asset in the AP. How to create asset if you want to transfer that information to fixed assets. Go to invoice workbench, payables, invoices. So do you remember one account, what we given in the category level? We discussed. This account is very important. It will play the vital role when you get the information from AP to FA.
Asset clearing.
Asset clearing.
Asset clearing, yes. That account only we are going to use in invoice creation process. We'll see that. So 50 lakhs. Go to lines. And here you have to provide account which is already part of your asset category. In asset category, we have asset clearing account. Provide same account. This will become criteria. The account what we are giving here and the account whatever we have in the category in the asset clearing account field, if both will match, this can be transferred to fixed assets.
Lakshman, is there any option to identify that fixed assets, CAPEX and OPEX lines to AP lines to identify?
Yeah.
Only fixed related.
Yeah, capex, opex, yeah, how you can identify, I'll tell you just here. Provide this code combination. Say,
Sure.
this is a capital expenditure. Okay, for example, you are creating building and all. In that case, you no need to specify anything. Say, this is some asset related, some operational expenditure you are spending, some cost you are incurring, some expense you are spending for some so and so existing asset. In that case, what we have to do is we have to go to asset tab and we have to enable track as asset. When? So if this asset is not asset clearing account, ideally this won't be asset clearing account if it is a OPEX, operational expenditure. Okay, this is some expense, some maintenance charges for asset. So when you enter here maintenance charges, the maintenance charges account won't be in your category, right?
Yes, correct.
So in that case, system cannot understand if this account type is asset and the same account is available in the fixed assets in the category as a part of asset clearing account, it can transfer. That is a criteria. If
Okay.
account what you are giving, it is not asset, it may be asset, but it should be in the fixed assets in the asset category in the asset clearing account field. The account what you are giving here, the account what you have in the asset category in the asset clearing account field, if both are not matching, it won't send. But still you want to send. Then go to assets and enable track as asset. We are telling to the system. Okay. By default, system will understand if this account is already there in the fixed assets in the category. If it is not there in the asset clearing account field, then you have to tell to the system, take it. Okay, treat this line is belongs to assets. That's how we have to address.
Okay, which is tick here, those we can call as asset capex or opex lines.
Yes, ideally for capex, capital expenditure, the assets what you are buying and all, you no need to enable it. System can understand. Accordingly, you'll have a categories and fixed assets. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So if you are tagging, definitely that is expense only. For asset,
Okay.
you no need to tag because asset means asset clearing account will use and it will be transferred there, will take into right category. If it is some additional expense you are incurring, in that case, the account would be totally different that you never find in your fixed assets, right?
Yes.
So in that case, we have to enable, then only this line can be transferred to FA, otherwise no. Now you don't need to enable because this asset clearing account is there in the FA.
Yeah, now got it. Yeah, thank you.
That's how we have to classify. Fine. Now, and another point. So we have these details and okay. Right, let me save it. Save it. Under this, you can track and all. Now go to distributions. And here, you can just go to view, columns, show all. So now you can see many columns here, many attributes. Now, just so here also you can select the book. You want to take this asset in the fixed assets into which book? Directly you can specify here. Okay. You can specify the book information here, or else during the transfer you can specify. Okay. During the transfer, you can specify.
Yeah, track as asset already it's check this checkbox. So we didn't check it, right?
Yeah, it checked, it understood this is asset related. It
Okay.
identified, system identified. System is
Oh,
not checking.
because of the clearing account
Asset clearing
matching.
account, yes.
Oh,
You give some other account, it cannot track. We didn't enable there, right?
yes, yes, correct.
Line level we didn't enable. It is
Yes.
understood. That's what that is the meaning of this track as asset. It identified.
Yeah.
It won't identify if you give other than a asset account. You have to identify. You have to enable this.
Yeah, got it, Lakshman.
That's how it is. So here you can give the asset book also, our corporate book, so that you are tagging here. So this has to be transferred to that book only. Okay. So that's how you can specify, but not mandatory. Not mandatory. So when we are doing this activity, transfer asset lines from AP to FA, during that process, you will be able to specify. Or else during the asset
Lakshman,
creation itself, yes, you can do that. Yeah, please.
only operational expense if you want to capture, we need to track as asset, we need to
That's
enable
it. That's it.
manually,
Any
right?
expense related to asset, you have to track. Otherwise, you no need to do anything. All the time,
Oh,
use asset clearing account only. If it is related, you are creating asset, use asset clearing only. Once it will be routed to transfer to FA, there you can take into right category. Once you take into right category, that category account it will use.
Okay.
If it is a building account it will use. If it is a furniture, it will use furniture account. Okay. This is just a temporary account. Asset clearing account is temporary account. Okay, to make the system to understand.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, it will help us like how many assets still pending in the AP only, which are not transferred to fixed assets. Yeah. By looking at clearing account, you can understand. Fine, this is how we have to provide the details. Not only just line level here, if you go here, okay. So whatever you are creating invoice, if you want to look at additional fields here also, you will be able to capture the relevant information based on what invoice you are creating, what details you want to capture and all. Okay. So here you have a book and a category also. But not mandatory, not mandatory. You no need to decide now itself. Okay. So if you have a proper information, you can, because payables team who is entering, they are not experts in the assets as a business point of end users, accountants. So they have to enter, they will enter and they'll transfer. Then exactly into which category that as the line need to be taken, that asset team will take it. Once this line is available in FA, they can take into the right one, and or else when they are transferring, at least they can provide corporate book that is required, and category and all the asset team will take care. Yeah, this is how information is available. If you want to capture line level, you can give asset book and do asset category. If it is a distribution level, you can give only asset book. Just make a note of those points and validate this asset invoice. Why we are calling as asset invoice? We are using asset clearing account. Now, status is validated. Can you transfer to fixed assets? No. The invoice should be accounted. Click on post to ledger. This should be transferred to GL. No. If it is accounted enough. But if you click on this, it will transfer to GL also. No worries. But our requirement is if it is created, accounting is created enough. But draft accounting doesn't work for this. It has to be final accounting. You may go and run the create accounting program with the final transfer. You may set to no or yes, doesn't matter. But make a note, accounting should be created. System is not going to see the accounting information is transferred to GL or not. There is no point of checking. Only it will check accounted or not. Say post to ledger. It will create accounting, transfer, and post. But this is all we don't require. Accounting is enough for us. Then anyway, that will perform. Okay, done. Accounted. What is the accounting entry? What are the distribution account that will be debited? Okay, you place the cursor on this. The asset clearing account is debited, liability account is credited. Okay, for asset related invoice, accounting entry is asset clearing account is debit, liability account is credit. Now we accounted. Now what we have to do? We have to transfer to FA from AP. For that, we have to submit one program. Go to task pan. And here we have a section related to assets. Under that, we have a task called as create mass additions. Click on create mass addition. So you just see what is the purpose of this. It will transfer capital invoice lines distributions from Oracle Fusion payables to Oracle Fusion assets. They given capital invoice, not only capital, operational also. Okay, there you have to tag it. It will transfer that also. Now you want to transfer the asset related invoices lines which are accounted till this date, which are accounted, just this is the accounting date, like for our invoice accounting date would be today only, take today's date. So you are transferring to fixed assets. It's a mandatory, you have to tell to the system, this line should go and sit in which book. So this line will, yeah, please go on mute. Somebody is unmuted, I guess. So here, corporate book, we have to select Alt INC. Now click on submit. Say okay, cancel. Now it will trigger the program, and this line information will be available in our fixed assets. Now,
Sir,
the fixed assets. Yeah.
can we not run this for a date range? Because if you have created 3 invoices, then accounting dates are different then.
No, date range not. Okay, that option, that is just you give so and so date, even it will take the previous date. Till the date, it will fetch all those invoices.
Of earlier dates as well.
Yeah, accounting date you give today, even if you have a asset invoice which is created yesterday, it will pull.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So go back to assets and check line is available in FA or not, which is coming from AP. So click on assets task. Sometimes if you open the same instance in multiple tabs, it will doesn't work properly. Yeah, I'm closing this. I'll try with this. In that case, you can use the different browser. Another browser, one browser you can just open, but it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's how you can fix. Oh, still it is not opening. No worries. I'll try in different way. Go to asset inquiry. Allow to get into assets. Yeah. Now switch to that. Hope it works. Yeah. Now you can see here. One incomplete line is available. In the additions infolet, one incomplete line is available. Here is the line. Something wrong with this page. 1 second. Assets. Let's move to another browser. It is not liking data from AP. So incomplete. Now here is the line which is coming from APC. Invoice number is ABC1 and other details also you can see. Now select this record, go to actions, click on edit. Now we got the line from AP. Now what we have to do? We have to perform prepare master sheet. Let's see how to prepare the master sheet. So when you talk about prepare master sheet, you have to change the queue name from new to post. Change the queue status from new to post. And since we have only one category, it is default. If you have multiple categories, you have to choose. Ideally, it won't choose this category when you have multiple. So you have a just one category, it is defaulting. If you want to change, you can change it. Now provide the description. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 building. Fine. Now you may add asset key if you want to add, or else ignore it. Not mandatory. Asset key is not mandatory.
Lakshman, if you select the category in AP, it will come automatically here, right? No need
Yeah,
to
whatever
change.
you selected over there, that will come here. Yes, correct.
Oh,
Now just add whatever the information you want to add and provide the location. Since the line is coming from fixed assets, already code combination is available with that line, and expense account it will take from here, depreciation expense, remaining account code combination which is coming from AP, it will take, it will copy. If you want to change, you can change. So that's all. Now say save and close. You prepare. This is what we call as prepare master session. Prepare master session means status you have to change from new to post, and the required data you have to provide within the record. Now you can see the line status is ready to post. Your post tab is not there. You click on ready to post, it will be added. And which asset you want to like post, you select it. If you have multiple lines, you click on this corner point, it will select all assets. Now we have only one. Now click on post all. This record will turn into as a definition in fixed asset. And now you can just go to asset inquiry. From here you can go inquire assets. Asset category starts with this. Now see 1, 2, 3 building also ready created. Now go to asset related source lines. The source line level, you can see more detailed information. The invoice number is ABC1, and supplier name also you can see Alt INC Corporation. From this supplier you purchase this building, and you can see, one second, it's not a scroll option, is not giving this browser. Here you can see source also. Here it will display the source. This is not allowing me in this browser. So source, if you see, it would be Oracle tables. This is the last one. Yeah, now it's, you can see. Okay. So Oracle tables is the source. Okay. Oracle table is the source. So this is how you can create invoice and AP, and you can transfer to fixed assets that we call as mass addition process. Okay. The same way, same process is available from projects also. Okay, capital assets. Okay, you are constructing the building, you incur the cost. With that cost, you want to create asset in the fixed assets in the name of building. Then you, the asset team, they will interface asset lines from a project costing to project, like I mean to say for fixed assets. However, line is coming from AP to FA, in the same way line information, asset line information will come from project costing application to project fixed assets. Then we will prepare and will perform the post master. There is no difference. There is no difference. But in the fixed asset, in the project costing, they can do the some additional fields tagging also. So which we don't do, like that is for internal within the costing application for internal understanding information as that they do as a project activity. Accordingly, they'll set all those things. Okay, that's how it is. So that's all about mass sections. Now we'll talk about another topic, say merge asset lines. We are bringing asset lines from AP to FA, and we are converting as asset. There could be need of merging those before you converting as asset. Let's take this case, simple. When you talk about merge asset line, say in AP you create an invoice, within that you have a multiple lines. To take simple example for our better understanding. You created one invoice, oh sorry, you purchased one computer. And in invoice line level, you got invoice from supplier where supplier quoted invoice with a different line. One is CPU, one is monitor, the third one is keyboard, fourth one is mouse. Now you are not going to maintain these four as a four assets and the fixed assets. All you combine and you will maintain, you call it as a one asset, that is a computer. But as per our payables invoice, four lines are there. Now you will transfer four lines to fixed assets. You will transfer four lines to fixed assets. After transferring four lines to fixed assets, these four lines will merge into single line to create the single asset. If you don't merge these four lines into one line, system will create four assets. You really don't want to treat those as four assets. As only one asset, that is a computer. Okay, these are the different components within the computer. So that's how you can merge. You can merge multiple lines into one line so that you will be able to create a single asset by using multiple lines. Okay. So this you can do from AP or the projects only. Directly in the fixed assets, you cannot do this. Okay, you have to create again invoice in the AP with the multiple lines and you will be able to test it. So now let's go to invoice creation page. Create asset invoice. No difference, same process. Here we are going to have more than one line. Give it 20 lakhs. Lines. Two lines, 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs. You choose asset clearing account, which asset type is asset, which account type is asset. This is account type is asset. Okay, select account code combination. Create one more line. Then we created two lines and validate, and it is mandatory you have to account it. After accounting this invoice, we have to transfer to fixed assets. Say okay. Say save and close. Go to task pan. Create mass additions. Mass additions, we are transferring asset lines from AP to FA. Alt IMC corporate book. Submit. Now find out asset line in fixed assets. Go to assets. Two lines are available. Same invoice number, two lines, 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Now what you can do is select one line. You want to merge these two lines into one line to create one asset. Otherwise, two assets will be created. Because see here, each line unit is one, two separate. Now select first line, any one of the line you select and click on merge. Okay, select one line, click on merge. And this line, it is just marking as a parent. Now click on cancel. It's already done. System is marked. Now you can click on cancel to close this page. You will get a message. All the lines selected for merge will be removed. Do you want to continue? No, I don't want to remove. Say no. Now select second line. One line already marked as a parent. Now second line is left. This you select. Now click on merge. Now these two got merged. Okay. So this got merged with this. Anything you can merge with anything. Anyway, both are multiple are going to be single asset. These two lines are merged. Now you can say submit. Now one line only you can see. Now open this line. Select this line. Nothing we did. You just select one first line and click on merge. And when you are saying cancel to close the page, do you want to remove? Say no. Then second one, select and click on merge. Both will be merged. Done. Now the one record is appearing here instead of two because one is merged with another. Here also you can see one only incomplete. Earlier it was two. One is merged with another. Now select record which is available. Now go to actions, click on edit. Now you can notice line 1 and line 2. Line 2 is merged with the line 1. The line 1 status is queue name is on hold. Other line is merged. We don't need to worry about the line which is already merged. Anyway, it is merged. Now we have to think about the line where queue status is on hold. Now we have to change the queue name from on hold to post. Okay, on hold to post. Now you provide the data, category information, description, etc., etc. Say Oracle building. So you provide required information. Once you change the queue name from anything like new to post or on hold to post, system will ask you to enter description information, category information you provide. And if you want to provide asset key, provide, otherwise ignore it as optional. Okay. And provide location information. Okay.
Sir, what is the significance of setting it as parent? Because anyway, they are getting merged, right?
Sorry.
What is the significance of setting them as parent? They are getting merged. They
What
will
is
be.
merged with what? Point should be there, right? What is merged with what? Again, now you are going to prepare mass edition
Yeah.
for master record only.
Oh,
If
okay.
you don't set, now this preparation you have to do for what? Right?
Oh, after merging, if we go and acquire the asset, we will see it as 20 lakhs, right? Not.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
mean,
That is the target. Yes, correct. Already we merged. Total cost became 20. Yeah. See
okay.
20 only because two lines we are merging. 10, 10, 20 it will become. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now just change the queue name from just on hold to post and provide the required information. And now say one clause. This is what we are calling as we completed prepare mass edition. We prepared, we merged and we prepared. Now ready to post. Only one line is available. Now click on the same line so that post tab will get enabled. And directly you can click on post all, or else if you want to select and perform post all. Now you can go to asset inquiry. If you refresh this page, you don't see anything here. By the time it will turn into asset record. Okay. Go to asset inquiry. Fine. Here we have different tabs also. The recent additions. Oracle building you can see directly. The assets recently which are created directly system will display. So Oracle billing is created with the 20 lakhs. Just open. Click on asset number. Now go to source lines to understand. This is created based on two lines. Line 1 and invoice line 1 and invoice line 2. Is all coming from Okay. So Oracle payables. Source is Oracle payables. So this is how we can just transfer multiple lines, and multiple lines you can merge and you can create the single asset. Okay, done. Now we'll see split asset
Lakshman,
lines.
when we post it, is it posting to GL also, the accounting entry?
No, 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 no. It is not posting. We are posting means we are converting that line as asset. That's all.
Okay,
Okay,
because
it's
it's
not like
showing
create
Viva
accounting. That
accounting.
we have to run separately.
Okay, what is showing Viva accounting in that case?
Nothing it will show.
Okay,
So you click on, select this, click on view accounting. It will show no accounting is there.
okay,
Yeah. You must account the transaction before viewing the journal entry.
thank
That is a default tab, that's all. If account already accounted, you can view, otherwise no.
you. Okay,
Yeah. Now we'll see how to split asset line, one line into multiple lines. Say you create an asset. You create an asset. So say you purchase two buildings. You got one invoice as a just two units you purchased, but you got one invoice, one line you created in the payables. That one line you will transfer to fixed assets. Or else say, for example, you purchased 10 computers and you got only one invoice, one line got generated in AP. That one line you will transfer to FA. Now you want to maintain, you want to treat those as a 10 separate assets. You will split one line into 10 lines and you will maintain as a 10 assets. So we'll create one line in AP that will interface to FA that will split into multiple lines. That is a concept of split asset lines. So let's create an invoice in AP with single line. Payables, invoices, create invoice.
The invoice which is already sorry, the asset which is posted, we cannot split, right?
We cannot.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm taking 50 lakhs. Validate it. And post. Now interface or say transfer this line from AP to FA. So review the same line. Okay. It's available. Now select. Now go to actions. Click on edit. Now the cost of this line is 50 lakhs. Now you want to split into how many lines? I want to split into 5 lines. We'll see that. So go to queue status to post. ABC or else cloud building. And you may provide asset key, etc. Asset location. Now you want to split into how many assets? 5. So you have to set units as a 5. That's all. Okay, you want to convert this one line into multiple lines. Just you want to convert into how many? Keep as units. And what system will do is when you split this line, it will just distribute this amount equally. 50 lakhs by 5. It will take the amount. Later, if you want to change that amount, you can change. So units we are taking 5 because we want to split this line into 5 lines. Say save and close. Now it's ready to post. Don't post it. What you have to do is select this record and here is the split function. If you click on split, this line will be split into 5 lines. Click on split. The source line will be split into 5 lines with 1 unit each. Do you want to continue? Yes. Now it will create 5 lines. Each line would be 10 lakhs. Done. So 5 lines now. Now this all you have to post. Select all. You first click on ready to post. Select all. Now click on post all. Now 5 asset system will create each asset with the 10 lakhs. Now go to asset inquiry. Go to recent additions. Here are 5. You look at asset number, for each asset different number 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. The description is same. Okay, this is how you can create the one single line within the payables. See, it's coming from payables, and you can transfer to fixed assets. Here you can split and you can create multiple assets, or else you can create multiple lines. You can transfer to fixed assets. Those you can merge. So that's all about the split and merge. Okay. So CIP and all we'll see in the tomorrow session. We are done for today. Any questions, please?